Prepare for trouble and make it double. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Raph and Mikey, Troublemakers. This 7-mana 7/7 has Trample, Haste, and an on-attack trigger that gets you the next creature in your deck tapped and attacking, which is kind of like a super sneak attack because the creature sticks around. Raph and Mikey in this deck is running all sorts of ramp and early removal, your lightning bolts, your spiteful banditry, brotherhood, and as much ramp as I can that is not creature based into 10 different big scary creatures, and you never know which one you're gonna hit unless you Worldly Tutor one on top of your deck. This deck has everything from damage to all of your opponent's creatures to hitting even more random spells. Maybe you get some treasures to cast more things from hand, or you draw some cards and gain some life, destroy some artifacts and enchantments to protect your creatures, set up for annihilation, or make it just really hard for your opponent to get rid of your threats, or take out your opponent's threats, put everything from your hand into play. This deck is all about that ramp into Raph into big stuff, and you never know what you're going to get. The ideal curve in this deck is turn 1 or turn 2, you ramp into turn 3, you ramp for 2 more, and then turn 4, Raph and Mikey are coming in and causing trouble. But you don't just need lands to ramp, because you can also pull off an Iron Crag feat or a Seething Song to accelerate your mana for 1 turn only and get the big stuff into play. So let's take Raph and Mikey into the queue and cause some trouble. Super Shredder is a super strong commander because it grows whenever anything leaves play, whether it's lands being sacrificed or tokens being sacrificed or things being bounced, killed, removed in any sort of way. They all trigger their commander. Which, I guess I should just be happy. I don't have any of my fetch lands here. I do have a lot of really good ramp, though. And I mean, I got this out. I didn't have turn 1 ramp, but that's fine. I don't think I need another land here. Not with the Explorer into the north and open the way. Howdy, Super Shredder! I can either go for triple small ramp or open the way for 2. I think just triple small ramp. That gets me to the commander next turn, so did the other one. But this is using up more spells from hand. Prismatic Vista. Triggers Super Shredder. I have a Ghost Quarter. Ooh. Terminus of Returnimus, double black mana. Now, double black mana means they're probably just aiming to kill Raph and Mikey, which is fair. And it's also why I'm not even gonna bother. I think I'm going to go for X equals 1, 2, 3. I doubt they can get another 2 counters on them. That gives me a token, which I will use for Open the Way. That was my, just in case they had a way to, I don't know, sacrifice this and then use it to get a treasure off, like Deadly Dispute, to save their commander. They don't have it. Spend more mana on your stuff. Spectacle of Destruction. Good card advantage for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 10 mana. Okay. Raph and Mikey, go die for me. Oh no! Raph and Mikey, they died to, Bitter Triumph. Oh no! If they kill this, I don't care. I got 3 more worms. I need 1 more mana for it. I'll play Vaultborn Tyrant over Raph and Mikey. Aruga? You're not a land. Come on, Raph. Come on, Mikey. You beat Super Shredder in the movie by going in water. Can you do that? Can you just, like, dunk him? He just kind of kills himself in the movie. Apparently this Super Shredder design that's, like, right here is more from the comics. I can let Vaultborn Tyrant die so I don't lose half my life here. That will get me a treasure, which brings me to 10. And I get to draw a card again. Yay! We have Old Gnawbone. What about New Gnawbone? Old Gnawbone is, like, apparently a mobster girl boss dragon in D&D who really wants to be human, but since she's a chromatic dragon, it doesn't work. Oh no! My tyrant! Okay, anyway, time for worms! Hey. What's your opinion of 3/5/5 worms? Or 1/15/15 worm? They're both pretty good, right? Super Shredder, what you got? You got a way to deal with my worm? And its wormlings? They can kill it, like, while I'm attacking in, so I don't deal any damage here. But I'll pressure them to have 2 different pieces of removal. Raph and Mikey also coming in. We go to combat. And get Bahamut! I'm thinking I'm gonna blast the Spectacle of Destruction. Take away some of their card advantage. They go for the throat. Worm, 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 worm. So you're saying they thought I wasn't going to build Raph and Mikey? I didn't want to build Raph and Mikey with just one creature because I thought it was going to be boring and kind of like too samey. So instead I built Raph and Mikey Roulette, which has, you know, a selection of high impact creatures that it can hit or that I can just cast from my hand. It's funnier this way. Oh, okay, they shrank this. Are you gonna Deluge? This would be such a funny Deluge turn, but it wouldn't kill this. They have to go for 7, because Raph and Mikey's just a little too big, and we win the game. GG. Emry, Lurker of the Loch. I do actually have double early removal, but no ramp in this hand. I don't think I can keep it. There's one piece and another. This is better for me, I feel. Especially because turn 2, which is when they might be playing Emry. They could play it on turn 1 if they had a artifact land. I'll have Arcane Signet into the Chain Lightning. Emry is a Paradox Engine combo deck, which is looking to loop artifacts. Oh, looks like they're not bringing her out this turn either. They might be waiting until they have protection for her. I will ramp and ant and growth forest. The Ooze, able to exile this from my graveyard, make another artifact. She is very easy to replay. She pretty much always costs 1 mana because she has affinity. See what's in their graveyard. Sphere, Lapse, and that. Mutagen. Trying to get her big enough that I can't burn her. Oh, they're using up some of the artifacts. They are able to loop the bauble. And I guess we'll see if they have protection for Emry. Again, they could have oozed again, but they left open a mana. Nice. I went for leaving the 2 mana up there, so I got some ramp, but I still could, like, pay for Spell Pierce. Shared roots. We're searching. Searching deeply. And you can eat up whatever spells you want from my graveyard. I believe I have 0 graveyard stuff in my deck. Why have graveyard when instead hit face? Many Mutagen. Emry won this again. Costs 1 mana. Oh god, Urza. Urza can tap all of these for mana. Hey, Urza. Ooze with Affinity is very, very good. I run Ooze happily in my Krang deck. They go Healy Archives. They draw, they discard. I'm going for Raph and Mikey. Raph and Mikey, hit something good, please. Oh, no bones, eh? That gives me 14 mana. I guess I can kill Urza. And then play Balefire. No more Urza means they have less stuff. Playing the Balefire Dragon is very much a... If they have a mass bounce spell, it won't make a difference, but like these are going away anyway. Why does it have an animation to sacrifice the treasures all one at a time? They could have gotten a board wipe off Keeley Archive since I didn't see them discard anything from it. Could be extra turns, could be a lot of stuff. But Terror of Mount Velis, you don't want to play it post-combat since it's all about increasing the damage you've already got. Right now, though, Threatening Lethal and Raph and Mikey, if they get to swing in, will get me another thing. Oh, I love Kill Urza. Killing Urza is great. They disagree. Bristly Bill fits the bill as a big green creature. I have a Blasphemous Act in hand, which may be one of the few board wipes that could actually take those things out. I have a little bit of ramp, but not a lot. If they go wide, I will be able to cast this. I'll be able to keep up, and I'm going to hope for the best off that. I could go for the mulligan, hope to get a earlier bit of ramp or an earlier board wipe, but Bristly Bill grows big fast, getting these +1/+1 counters on everything all the time. But I have ramp on 2, and I just picked up ramp on 4 with Map the Frontier. That's great. That's very, very good for me. Huh. They had a fetch land and they used it before playing anything, so I wonder if it's not Bristly Bill. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. They want to play multiple lands a turn. Huh. Nice Terramorphic Expanse that actually taps for colored mana. I'll Map the Frontier. And fun thing about this deck, it actually does have a desert in it. The Arid Archway, which is really nice in this deck since it gives you the ability to reuse one of these lands. I think that the bounce lands in general are really nice. This is the only one in Arena. We don't have the guild ones. Next turn, I could go for Raph and Mikey. I'll have 7 mana. But if they play Bill, I don't know. I feel like it's time for a Blasphemous Act. Okay, what is with all this ramp with no Bill? I guess it fits the bill. You gonna play that? Yeah, it was too dangerous to play this when we had Strip Mine in the format. I can go for Raph and Mikey. Or I could cause Blasphemous Act. I'm going Raph and Mikey. Make them deal with me. What do we got? Vaultborn Tyrant, not bad. And if I kill this using the power of Blasphemous Act, I'll actually still have a creature in play. I'm considering, like, flaring this, but no. Like, right now, I am threatening lethal. Or Raph and Mikey will likely hit something that can. Let's see how much damage they can deal. With the ability of Bristly Bill to get counters, double counters, they can play multiple lands a turn, multiple fetches a turn. Ooh, okay, and with a Might form, they might have it. That pretty much turns their creatures into Tifa. But they've already played a lot of lands, so I don't know how many lands they have left. Flare the Vaultborn for a sneaky block. It's not instant speed, but I actually, you saw me hovering it, like, oh, I could do that. Dryad up to 6. They haven't played their lands yet for turn. Emergent Sequence will tutor for a land, put it into play, it becomes a 2/2. Dryad goes to 14. That is not lethal. Still a good hit. Might Form Harmonizer will go away at the end of turn. It was warped. And I mean, doing just fine. I have this Lightning Bolt, too, for extra damage. These two have Trample. That's going to be GG. Mutagen Man, Living Ooze. Use a 2-mana 2/3 that comes with X mutagen counters, and that mutagen is able to be used for free. Normally it costs 1 mana. He also discounts using other artifacts with sacrifice costs like clues, but there's not that much of that you can pair with the ooze in green. I guess I have turn 2 ramp, turn 4, or turn 3, yeah, and then I have turn 3 these things. That's pretty good. I'm trying to think of, like, good clue makers in these colors. It works for blood. Is there any blood in green? Not including, like, old Rutstein, who is green and black. Being asked, do all of the creatures in this deck have trample or flying? That's a great question. I don't know. I'm trying to think through, like, all the creatures I put in here. Oh, Tireless Tracker. Tireless Tracker would work with Mutagen Man. That's a good clue maker. Some green cards that make maps. Yeah, because exploring is definitely a green thing. He works with map tokens. Dang. They got the Mikey, which scales. And this Saz's Chocobo. Wow, that's beautiful. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I got a land next turn, I'd have it. But because Mikey, this is a hardened scales effect, is so scary, I'm actually going to kill Mikey, which might encourage them to attack Chandra next turn. Chandra is 2 mana if they don't kill her. Because otherwise, like, if they got a land here, this thing could be, like, 15 damage. Oh, goodness. Badgermole Cub. Badgermole Cub on Ghost Quarter. They could destroy my Utopia Sprawled Forest. I have Old Gnawbones has flying, yep. Oh, you've confirmed it for me. You hit my face? No, they're hitting Chandra.
You don't need me anymore.
You don't need me anymore. New Generation's Technique. 2 basic lands, 1 of each. And then a Surveil. Oh, if Emrakul's just, like, hanging out here. Girl, what are you doing here? So let's see if they have lethal. They have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 damage exactly. That's gonna be enough. Because Mutagen Man costs 2. And they give him the ooze. It's an additional 4. Beautiful. Good game. Azlask, the Swelling Scourge. I have both Burgeoning and Exploration in this hand, which is kind of silly. They're kind of doing the same thing. I'm still going to keep this hand, and I will start with Burgeoning over Exploration. Why? I don't know. I only have 3 lands. I cannot use this. This does not get me to Raph and Mikey yet. If I get another green source, this will be nice, though. Talisman of Impulse. This would put me to 6 mana. Next turn, I got Raph and Mikey. Dang, that was a fast ramp. I'm out of lands in hand. I'm gonna talk about ramp. I should say what Azlask says. Azlask is colorless. It's about colorless cards in all 5 colors. which grows with experience. Seething Song, Raph Mikey. Swing in, get Ghalta. I have no creatures in hand, but that's still a 12/12 coming at their face. Bye, Azlask. Eluge, the Shoreless Sea. I sure need some counterspell protection against that, and the way I'll find it is with a mulligan. Look at that. It's like I know. So Eluge will discount their blue spells once a turn, depending on how many lands they've flooded. And those flooded lands are islands, and it gets bigger with the number of islands. It's pretty good. I will collect a land from my deck. This one. Put into play. Or not into play. Into my hand. Next turn, Mountain Signet. Just mulligan and get the exact card you wanted. They'll still be able to counter all of my ramp spells, but like, eventually maybe I'll get enough lands. Maybe. And yes, there are ways for them to counter it without countering it. I love Song of Seasons. Play the land first in case of a small taxing spell. Put this into play, this into graveyard. I have 5 so far. If they go for Eluge here. They did not. Carplucin Forest. Migration Path. They are not countering any of the ramp spells. Oh, because they had Malcolm. This is another mono blue tempo commander. Malcolm, Katara, Brawl, Wan Shi Tong's probably one of the best. People are going to be like, but Katara probably has the highest win rate because she matches against lower decks. Elemental, you say? How about Turtle? They can bounce this, by the way, after it resolves. Cyclonic Rift and things like that work. They could remove its abilities. Utter Insignificance. They're gonna bounce it back into my hand. Okay. It's back in my hand. At least it's not being taxed. Yeah, and I held that Cavern of Souls so they would not know that I had it until I went to play my commander. Here comes Eluge. Eluge enters, floods their Cavern of Souls. It is now an island, and they're going to get a discount on their first instant or sorcery each turn. So that's a 2-mana stock up. Stonks. If they have, they have things that bounce on the stack, exile on the stack, put on top of the deck. Okay, Raph and Mikey. They found something free. They found Subtlety! Oh, good for them! On top of the deck. I'll actually put it in the command zone. And then I'm going to do this for X equals 1. I have to make sure Malcolm does not get to 4 chorus counters. They flood, but that's already an island, so it doesn't increase his power. Flow of Knowledge. Big card draw. For only 2 mana. Thanks, Eluge. You nuts. Raph and Mikey. They dig, looking deep into their deck to try to find a something spell. Come on, just let me hit ya. Get a big fish. A real big fish. I get to go to combat. And... Are you removing his abilities? Didn't I already get Cyclonic Rifted? Oh no, it was this they used to bounce. I can either make chump blockers, or I can flare post-combat. I think I'd rather flare. Boop boop. Raph and Mikey back in hand. Mystic Sanctuary going to put Cryptic Command back on top of their deck. I assume they have at least one card draw spell here. You love playing against mono blue? Oh, yeah, it's truly a joy. No, you don't want to gift me a fish? Why not? I want a fish. I draw. Actually want you tap. Raph and Mikey. I go to combat. You want to bounce it? You want to tap it? What's the vibe? I'm not going to go for burn down the house because I think that it will just get countered. Oh, okay. They're drawing themselves an extra card here. Two 1/1 spirit creature tokens. And it's an ability, not a spell. I'm not dead yet. How many times have I cast this thing? 5? Am I in, if they return to hand, I can immediately replay it, levels of mana? Sort of. Because it will get countered on the second go around because of Cavern of Souls. But I'm not there yet. I can? I can attack? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out here wildin'. Maybe they'll hit an extra turn spell. That should win them the game. Raph and Mikey, back in my hand. You got another bounce spell? Extra turn? What's the vibe? They are stealing my spirit. And all of my hopes and joys. Sure, I had a Cavern of Souls, but I also could not get this thing to stick because they managed to get a bounce spell every turn. Raph and Mikey, Troublemakers. We'll both be making trouble for each other. I have no ramp in this hand, so I'm going to throw it back. There's an Exploration, but not one that comes in untapped. Unless I draw Forest here, which I might. I don't know. Hey, look at that! I got a Forest. Exploration immediately into Shifting Woodland. Next turn I can explore, maybe playing 3 lands if I get them. Or just Archdruid's Charming. I already have Castle Garenbrig. That would be the biggest, like, ramp. Explore. Let's see what I draw. I have 3 lands to play, so like 1, 2, 3. One more land gets me Raph and Mikey. Okay, well, it has to be a land that does not come in tap, so I'm actually going to put that away. Hi, I've outramped you, fellow Raph and Mikey. I like that their name is St. Fratty's Day. That's what South Boston turns into. We could go for Etali, but why do that when we have Raph and Mikey? They're like, I'm not. I have 3 mana. I have 7! Mythweaver Poq. I do have nice ramp in this hand. And they have probably one of the fastest ramps possible. I have to mulligan with this. Analyze the pollen. I'm not ramping until turn 3. That's fine. I have turn 2 ramp in the deck and turn 1 ramp. But if I don't get it, I don't get it. Badgermole Cub. That's probably going to get them to Poq mana next turn, but oftentimes they won't play Poq unless they can trigger him right away. Because Poq will double up those lands. What would I like to put into play? The Mountain. I will put the Gemstone Caverns in the trash, and now I have so many lands in this hand. Emrakul, maybe we can hardcast you. Somebody will probably ask, Amy, do you have any of the spells that take cards from your hand and put them back into your library? No. I don't do that. There are some good burn spells that do it. I don't have them. All right, I'm good to use a Prismatic Vista here. Oops. There we go. I'm trying to thin out the deck now, since I have so many lands in hand. I will simply draw 15 lands. It feels like it. This deck has a ton of lands in it because it's got like Burgeoning, Exploration, Explore. It wants a lot of lands, just like their deck. So they have played Misty Rainforest, which they can fetch on my turn. Badgermole Cub and the Tortoise come in, grabbing Forest from the graveyard. Oh no, Urza's Cave. Okay, that can become any kind of land. And here come Raph and Mikey. They can bring Poq up to 7 power and toughness here. See what Raph and Mikey hit. It's World Spine Worm! You kill it. I'm left with 3 more creatures. Oh, worm. Looks like they're trading with Poq. But that's a 15-15 with Trample. And you're a mono green deck that doesn't have a 15-15 of their own. GG. Another Raph and Mikey Troublemakers! I have turn 2 ramp. I have removal that's going to have 0 targets. And a Ghalta in hand. That's pretty fun. If you put like sneak attacks in this deck, the Ghalta gets even better. I'm going to look for earlier ramp. Failed to find it. I'm going to look again. All right, fine. I guess we're starting on turn 3. At least I don't have to worry about mana dorks. Now I guess we'll find out through experience if this is a Raph and Mikey with 1 creature or a Raph and Mikey with many creatures. Let me surveil. Balefire Dragon, not what I want. It probably wouldn't even kill most things in their deck. Ah, I see a fellow surveiller. Very nice. It may have 2 creatures. It may have 2 creatures. Song of Seasons. Arena of Glory into play, Mountain into graveyard. There are some things that naturally don't have haste in this deck, so if we're casting them from hand, that's pretty good. Invasion of Zendikar. It looks to me like they might be getting Raph and Mikey out next turn. They got there before I could. But that doesn't mean it's over. It's all about what they hit. I have 24 life, and also a Blasphemous Act in hand. What you got? Raph and Mikey swings in and finds Bahamut, and I have nothing to destroy. I do go down to 8 life. I think it's time to act in my best interest. Do I have a chance of killing them there? I think Terror of Mount Velis is the most possible damage, and it is exactly 24. Nice burgeoning! And a Cold Steel Heart. Got a land to put into play. Oh, they do, actually. That's funny. All right, Mikey and Raph. Raph and Mikey. Getting Ghalta. I have no creatures in hand, but because I hit a legend, I have the ability to make 2 power and toughness at instant speed to block with, which may actually save me depending on what they're running in their deck. Okay, well, it doesn't save me from that. I'll show them what I have, though. Soak on Z's! It's nothing. GG. Ashling the Limitless. Wow, this hand sure is lands and exploring a world, Spideworm. Let's throw that back. Ashling is going to duplicate evoked creatures. When they die, she makes a copy, gives them haste, giving you lots of enter the battlefield stuff. And me, the need to kill her, because Ashling's fast. Oh, exploration. I don't think fire magic would hit anything, so I'll just go for the tapped stomping ground here. Nice. Hi, you also have an exploration. Yeah, I'm able to flame slash her at least. Shwa. Your elk is oohing. Yeah, if they have like a grief or something in hand, they can actually use it immediately with Ashling, like on the turn she comes out, and that's so good. You could build this as a standard Brawl deck. You just have a different selection of what creatures you're cheating out and which creatures you're ramping into. I should be able to kill her with one of these. Because I'll go fire magic. Right, I have to crack this first. One moment, please. Thank you for your patience. Oh, Shifting Woodland's almost online. Against some decks, by the way, it actually makes sense to let Raph and Mikey, if they get killed or countered, go to the graveyard. So you can use Shifting Woodlands as a way to attack in. I guess I wait. Yeah, you're instant speed. Yeah, you can do the 2 mana ramp. We have rampant growth effects in standard and some mana rocks. Into 4 mana ramp, we have many options for that. Into Raph and Mikey, you can totally do it in Brawl. It's just like, which scary threats do you play that are standard legal? Ain't no word-spined worm there. I will actually kill the Omnath, because that will start giving them card draw. And it also can block some damage. All right, here we go. Raph and Mikey. Does it resolve? It does! We attack in. That's 7+. Balefire Dragon. Oh, look, I didn't need that seer after all. Balefire Dragon takes out Grief. They have 5 life left. Aw, hi, Steamkin. You are an elemental. Yay, elementals! Elemental's not so good against big flying tramplers. GG, Ashling. Keep an eye on those graveyards because Squall can help you bring things back. Also can give a double strike to a single attacker. Lightning Bolt's not enough to kill them, but this does have some ramp in it, so I like the turn 2 ramp into the turn 3 double ramp into Raph and Mikey. This Squall, though, brings back any lil permanents, things with mana value 3 or less, which does include fetch lands. Rampant Growth. Let's see if they have a Mana Tithe. they don't. Shadowy Backstreet, they can surveil more goodies for Squall into the graveyard, like Skyclave Apparition. I already have a mountain out, so I'll just grab a forest. I could even go for Hasty Balefire Dragon over Raph and Mikey. It might be better for me. I hate Burgeoning. One of these and one of those. A beautiful amount of mana. If they have creatures, then like Arena of Glory with this turns it into a board wipe. Hi, Squall. They might set up a haste enabler first. Like boots or anything. Phyrexian Arena. I wonder if they have a Swords to Plowshares. Always possible. I'll bring out Raph and Mikey. They don't have instant speed removal at 1 mana. Titan of Industry. I will destroy and... do I feel like shielding? I'll destroy the Solar Transformer. You can have your card draw. And I will shield Raph and Mikey. Yeah, I had a very, very, like, quick ramp. Going that 2 into 4. Also going first helps. They have killed them both by reducing toughness. But I have that haste enabler. And I also have just lightning bolt, but... oh, it didn't leave me with the lightning bolt mana. It doesn't matter. I want to kill them with a dragon. Dragons are awesome. And they win you games. GG, Squall. Troyan, Gutsy Explorer, taps for lots of mana, but only for big spells. Speaking of big spells, there were too many of them in that hand. Exploration I will take, and I'll hope that I get another land in hand so I can explore into it. Perfect. All right, Exploration, Verdant Catacombs, just immediately going to Surveil. Hi, Troyan. I feel like I see Troyan like once a month, and I'm always surprised by it. Like, oh, hey man, how'd you get here? Something fun about encroaching Dragonstorm in this deck is there are a bunch of dragons, so sometimes you get extra value out of it. Boop, boop. Land, land. Oh, they don't like that. Yeah, I mean, 1 more mana gets me to Raph and Mikey. And 2 more mana gets me to these baddies. A fellow Raph and Mikey Troublemakers. I think this is the 3rd one I've seen. Nice. I will mulligan since there is not early ramp there. This is some early ramp. Not turn 1, but turn 2. I will take it. And I'm going to need the Commercial District to start since it comes in tapped. Nice. A land on top is what I want. And I only need 6 lands because I have Castle Gryphenprey here, which is awesome. I'll seek far and wide. Get a Stomping Ground, put it into play tapped. Look at me, my nice non-basics. Exploring. Playing an additional land. Ah, okay. Boop, boop. This gets me to Raph and Mikey, and I believe Worldly Tutor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I can set up a specific card here. I'm gonna wait until the trigger's on the stack. All right, Worldly Tutor. I'm thinking Worldspine Worm. Ooh, or Etali. Etali, because they also have big stuff in their deck. I don't have a way to, like, deal lethal here. Rampant Growth. That's more ramp. Burn down the house. I'll make some little guys. Rampant's good. Nice. Balefire Dragon against another Raph and Mikey doesn't do much since it won't kill most things in their deck. Except for, I guess, their Balefire Dragon. Alright. Raph and Mikey comes into play and they get Endray's Forerunners. Not enough to kill me. So we turn around and we kill them. GG. Krang, Mastermind. Another Affinity Commander, but this time they'll be drawing cards when he enters, bringing their hand up to 4 maximum cards. Then, he'll also get additional power for each artifact you have, which means that he can be huge. And on top of that, I feel Krang is one of those really fun commanders because you can sacrifice him to get more stuff. Oh, Cavern of Souls. Hey, I saw you were mono blue, and I know you're an artifact deck, but I would play Wash Away in Krang. I do play Wash Away in Krang. So I'm happy to have a Cavern of Souls. Got that Witch and Well. I can sacrifice that later to draw cards. A Bauble. Let's see if they Bauble right here, because they know I surveilled on top. By the way, this is turn 1. That is 4 artifacts on turn 1. They didn't look. They don't know about it. Hi, Krang. Wonder if we'll ever get like 3 wishes in Arena. I feel like it's just a matter of time. Free Frogmite. And Krang! Guys, it's turn 2. It is turn 2. I love that that's a desert. Oh, it's not going to be just a 6/4. It's going to get a lot bigger. So what are you going to spit out here, Krang? Okay, Urza's Cave. What else? It's Krang. Come on, Raph and Mikey can beat Krang, and I've done it plenty of times. Oh god, Urza. No! Not him again! Chat, I don't want to deal with this guy. They're going to be able to give the Construct haste if they have the desire to hit me for 10 plus damage. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Shadow Spear. I mean, gaining life against me is good. I'm kind of surprised they're not going for the haste here. Wouldn't that be lethal? Not quite. Okay, it wouldn't quite be lethal. +1/+0 in haste. It would have put me to 2. Raph and Mikey. I didn't even go for Cavern of Souls, even though they're not truly tapped out. Raph and Mikey hit something good. It's not enough. It's just not enough. Raph and Mikey runs headfirst into the Construct, and they turn around and kill me. Have I managed to hardcast Emrakul in this deck? Not yet. But I've gotten to 15 mana. And maybe one day. Maybe one day. Raph and Mikey, Troublemakers, doing what we do, but I go first. But that doesn't mean I have the first ramp. In fact, neither of those hands had turn 1 ramp. This has turn 2 ramp. I'll have to throw back a card. With what I have here... Trying to think if I drop into the north. Yeah, I think I drop into the north off this. Turn 1 has to be Arena of Glory or Perplusan Forest, since that would be coming in tapped. We get the Farseek. That will grab me a Surveil Land. I already have triple your mana. Haha. I don't think I need another land here. Not when I have the Chandra as ramp. This is the mirror match. This is going to be, I think, a common mirror match. I think the matchmaking is very much like, I think these punks should have to deal with each other. And they're so right for that. Actually, I would need one more untapped land. Oh, they're playing Glimpse the Impossible. Nice. I considered that for this deck and didn't put it in. Great way to ramp. Okay, but I get my Raph and Mikey first. Behold, Raph and Mikey. They can play it next turn. If you're like, Amy, why not just Fire Magic those? Because I want to play Raph and Mikey. Chain Lightning and Guardian Idol. Alright, that's 14 damage, so I'll just zap one of these. Now they would need, like, Ironcrag Feet or Seething Song in order to get to 7. I did hit Etali on my Raph and Mikey. We love the roulette off the roulette. If you want the alternate commander for this deck, I think it is Etali. You ramp and then you hope that your opponent's spells are good. But you can play more like creature-based ramp with Etali, because this deck is not playing Halflings and Birds of Paradise and Llanowar Elves, all of which are very good cards. Okay, they had Ironcrag Feet. That's what I said would be the card that would let them play their commander. So, bring him out. Oh, wait, are you doing something else? How indomitable! Same hat! So this person, indomitable creativity, both me and them got old Gnaw Bones. And well, that's just, I think, lethal, right? Yeah, that's lethal. Ashling the Limitless. I do have a Burgeoning in this opening hand, and I'm going to have to race against Evoked Elementals. Normally, I want to have early removal for Ashling, a Lightning Bolt, Flame Slash, anything like that. But the fact I have this Burgeoning, I'm going to keep this. I know that's very greedy, but... you know, it's what I want. What's this for? Maybe they're cycling? Worldly Tutor. You got a Grief in there. I think Grief is one of the best cards to immediately play with Ashling. No, Sunderflock. So Sunderflock is a mass bounce effect. I also can Worldly Tutor, but I don't do that until I have like Raph and Mikey attacking. Nice. Next turn, my plan is to Archdruid's Charm and just bring in... maybe Cavern Souls? They are a deck with blue. Alright, gotta wait until they're past the evoke stage. There we go. Okay. Land. I think Arid Archway, because I don't have a land in hand. Boing. Mill them? How? Elemental Bond. Cool. Got the Verge. Got the Technique. Let's get our mountains in here since I only had red before. Now let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, which means if they don't have instant speed removal, I will be able to Raph and Mikey and Worldly Tutor. But Balefire Dragon is already in my hand, and that's potentially what I would be going for. I think Elemental Bond is a good card draw piece for them. I think it fits most elementals. Ashling. If they have 2 white cards among those 3 cards in hand, they could have Solitude. At what point do we just say, like, actually, I'm just gonna Ghalta in these? Next turn. Alright, Raph and Mikey. Oh, okay. Full control mode on. Trigger goes on the stack. Worldly Tutor. Who do I feel against them? Bahamut or Etali? Bahamut. Oh my god, the card on top of my deck was Bahamut. That's crazy. Die. That way they're not able to evoke the Sunderflock out for 4 mana and bounce these back into my hand. I wonder if I have any elementals in this deck. I don't think anything in this deck is an elemental. I think if you did Woodland Primus in your deck, that might be an elemental. Maybe it's a Treefolk. Card, Woodland Primus. Woodfall Primus, that's what it's called. Not an elemental, that is a Treefolk. Oh, I have Titan of Industry. Titan of Industry is an elemental. Also, we win the game. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Raph and Mikey caused a lot of trouble for our opponents, and we hit a whole bunch of mirror matches. The card that would be kind of fun in this deck if we had an arena is Blightsteel Colossus, but since we don't have it, I think that this selection of cards will do. In fact, I think this is a really, really fun selection of creatures, and this is a deck you can easily adapt into another format, whether it's Commander, to add in those other nasty creatures and different ramp, or Brawl, like standard Brawl. You can just trim out the not standard legal cards, and a lot of this is still in the format. Yeah, you've got your like next generation's technique, you've got your Encroaching Dravenstorm and Map the Frontier. All of those are standard legal. And so is Terror of Mount Velis, which can get you not quite an OTK, but it's 14 damage. If your opponent fetched once and doesn't have a blocker, they are dead on the spot, which if you, I don't know, follow up with a little bit of face burn, that's gonna be GG. I think this deck though is really fun, and if you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. Also, if you'd like to suggest a commander like this one, or maybe an old commander that needs updating, please let me know in the comments. I've been trying to hit the ones that I see, so leave comments on multiple videos. It makes them more likely to see it, because YouTube doesn't always show me all the comments when I'm just scrolling through, and I have to like check the hidden ones. Sometimes they get hidden because like people's names are detected as rude by the algorithm. I try to approve them when I see them, but I don't always see their comments until a little bit later. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.